Welcome back to the Western Wilds on Farming Simulator 22 for episode 13 with me, MrSealyp. We're back. I've grabbed the telehandler. I've started to position the trailer because you get 2 rows of pallets form and I can load from either side. Just makes more sense. I'm going to try this manure situation. I've taken over the pickup with the tipper back on it. I'm pretty sure... I'm not sure actually, this might be pig food. We have got access to this, haven't we? Let's see if we can... I'm not sure what it is. It could just be ground surface. Oh no, hang on. Okay, that's... Oh, got some straw, some bedding. Is it all bedding? Oh, I can put this into one pile. Might as well do that while I'm here. There's not a huge amount of it, but there is some here, so we might as well grab it. I'll do the bit over there as well. And then the manure, we'll just put that in because I'm just setting up the greenhouse that I bought at the end of the last episode. The water's in. I'm going to put the manure in there. I need to grab some seed. I think I might still have some from when I did my seeding. I emptied the last of it into my silo storage. Well, it's the pallet storage, but it's a silo as well. So put it all in there. Oh, that's alright. Cool. There's a bit here. Just tied up the area as well. Otherwise, I probably would have plonked a building down on top, not even noticed, and then would have lost on the opportunity to have, say, all of this. We might end up with, what, 1,000 litres at the end of it. But, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the telehandler with the bucket over to where we're doing the forestry, and I'm going to try and scrape the topsoil. Go with it. We're going to scrape the topsoil and see if we can expose some rocks. It might be there's a rocky area, you don't know. So we're going to try to expose some rocks there. And if we manage to expose some rocks, all the better. Maybe we'll start our own little quarry. I mean, we might just do topsoil, I don't know. But if it's somewhere we can keep getting stone from, like the magic porridge pot or something, I think that section over there is part of the next plot we haven't bought. So I'm going to put that in a pile there. I'm not going to miss it like that. Let's see how we're looking for this manure. So when I got rid of the manure heap on this plot before I bought it, the manure was here. I don't know how much is going to be here. Again, probably not a huge amount. Oh yeah. Oh. It's all good. It's got the lights on. I haven't got a massive bucket on this. I think the large buckets, we haven't really had the large buckets arrive. I think the 6,000 litre is one of the large ones we've got on console at the moment. The sort of 8,000, 11,000, I know on the CSZ pack, the original CSZ pack on FS19, had one of the, it was like a silage fork, wasn't it? But it did more things than just silage, and that had, was it a 12,000 litre capacity for forage type crops, manure, things like that, which made it pretty good indeed. But let's turn that a little bit. It's just that little frame that comes with this Liebherr. I mean, you don't have to have it as an option. I chose it as an option. It's brilliant for doing forestry because it helps me to neaten up the piles. I can just push this frame here up against the logs. I've showed it before, and it kind of works really well. But sometimes if you have the boom pulled right in, you hit the side of a vehicle with the frame before the boom, which can be a bit frustrating. Actually, there's more in I thought there would be. That's cool. So we'll take it, we'll put what we need to into the greenhouse, the rest I'll just put in a pile on the floor. It's free. Not that it's expensive to buy from the livestock market where I put the little wheelbarrow in previous episodes. Finish doing this. Trouble is, I think by the time I finish doing this, look at the pallets over there. One full row already done. How long's passed? 3 minutes? 4? Like I said, I think I'm going to reach a point where with that I'll continue to bring lumber, of course I will. I'm going to bring full loads and full loads and full loads, but probably just set it on automatic selling. I'll take a bit of a hit on the price, but because it's so prolific in its production, I can then leave that running all day. At the moment, I can't. I'll leave it, I'll fill up my trailer. Again, I'm not complaining, it's a good problem to have. What I'm doing at the moment is running it until I've got a trailer load, switching it off, delivering the trailer load, and then coming back. But it is quite time consuming. again, because of you know how prolific it is. So what I'll probably do is set that to selling, and I can just leave that running the whole time. I won't be able to keep up with the amount of wood that will need to go in, but at least I can put a full load in every time I do some, and yeah, it's a nice payout. I just think the more productions I have, and the more things that are produced in pallets, because that is producing a lot of pallets at a time, I won't have the space for them. And with more productions I'm going to have running, the more I'm going to be kind of tearing around between all the various different things I want to run, and I'm not going to have the time, I don't think, to clear it. So that's where I'm going to be. Right, I'm going to finish putting this manure into the trailer, and there is a lot more here than I thought it was going to be. And then I'll go over to the forestry area, and we'll scrape the topsoil. Might be a bit of shoveling, might be a bit with the, you know, with the bucket on the front. Bucket and a shovel. And we'll see what stone we can uncover. It doesn't have to be a lot to start off with. I just need to get that gold production up and running. I felt awful on the last episode leaving that, as I don't like kind of doing cliffhangers. You know, sometimes I'll allude to the fact I'm doing something, but I very rarely start something and don't. I mean, I'll start doing, you know, harvests or whatever it might be, but what I mean is something like that where I'm putting all the stuff in to get a production running or something. I don't normally leave that half done in an episode. I like to complete a job like that. You may disagree, which of course you're entitled to do. Couldn't make it up, could you? I found another trip hazard. I just scooped. I was going to see you over. I was going to do the thing. I just did a scoop and uncovered a nugget. Rob messaged me the other day saying, I'm going to do a gold nugget hunt. And as I've said in previous episodes, no. I mean, what I was intending to do was, if I come across them, then I'll grab them because they're there. I haven't gone hunting for them. It just happens to be there. And like I said, when I did the first map tour, I kind of looked at the gold shack, had a look at where they were on the map, but then didn't really pay the blindest bit of notice to it. I didn't really think. So my options now are, I can do what I did before, put this towards another plot of land, which I think I probably will do. I'm going to have to add 30-35 grand to that, but we'll put that towards another plot for either buildings or, I don't know, whatever it might be, some kind of facilities, or that'll be towards a facility, or whatever I decide. Or I might, I suppose I could just give it all away to charity, couldn't I? Give away the 50 grand. That way the nugget's out of the way, no one's going to fall over it and hurt themselves. Yeah, I might do that, I think. Feels a bit disingenuous otherwise. I felt bad when I did it last time. As you can see, top right, I have given the money away from the gold nugget. I've given it away to a local charity that provides financial aid, help and medical assistance for people that have been injured by gold nuggets. So I think it's a worthwhile charity. Plus I'm taking all of this to sell, so we'll see how much I end up with later on. A lot has happened since I last saw you. I've done another load and a bit of lumber from my forestry, most of which went to my what I'm calling my main sawmill. I topped up the north sawmill. That's all chugging away. While I was up there, I used the pickup with the back to grab the 4 pallets of fertiliser that I bought from the last episode. While I was up there, met a very interesting guy who was chatting away to me. Very, very friendly. He's a local archaeologist, historian. He lives, well, he's working over here at the moment. I brought him over, he said we could have a chat, and here we are. And this is brilliant. I wanted to show you this as well anyway, because it's really cool. You can't get to that one, by the way. I think it might have been Stuart or Rob, or it was somebody who messaged me and showed me this. I thought it was fantastic, but this made me laugh as well. Look. Cutting this signpost with a chainsaw will permanently remove nothing from this map. The smiley face. Jim has a wicked sense of humour. But yeah, he's working there, doing a bit of prospecting. Prospecting was the word I was looking for. So, historian, archaeologist, prospector, does all sorts of stuff. So, I was talking about my situation with regard to rock and stone and, you know, what was I going to do? I was just about to break ground where I'm doing the forestry. I've got the telehandler over there with the bucket on there, and he told me to hold on because not far from here there's a place called Stuart's Bowl. And interestingly, coincidence or not, the guy that was the archaeologist is called Stuart too. So, you know, what the odds? So, what I'm going to do is go from here and I'm going to go down to this sawmill. I need to grab the trailer because we're going to go down to Stuart's Bowl. Now, the history behind Stuart's Bowl is this. During the Civil War, General Jeb Stuart and his cavalry, whilst fighting and operating in this area, eyes and ears of the Confederate forces, there's a natural rock formation in the shape of a bowl. So they would use that as a natural fortification for horses and horse artillery and all sorts of stuff, which is amazing. You know, that whole, that's incredible. When they then moved from here, I think in June of 1863, heading towards Gettysburg, they blew the entrance to the bowl, and it's been left like that ever since. It's kind of inaccessible. But the local, not historical society, but what do we call it in the UK? I'm trying to think. My mind blanks, but never mind. They want to kind of open it up, a bit like, not a museum per se, but that kind of thing. I need to do something about these. I mean, look at my money. That when I saw you last, I was taking that massive load, and I'd got rid of or donated the money from the nugget to charity. I then sold all of that. I did have a lot of planks on the back. We went up to, yeah, just about 700,000, which has given me a bit of option now of a couple of things I can do, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so it's kind of a, I don't know, a museum, a place of interest. I don't know whether they're going to do a visitor centre, but the thing about it is, it needs to be cleared out. So, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go up to the store and I'm going to grab a piece of equipment, because I was going to use my telehandler and a bucket, and I thought, okay, then as obviously the money went up a bit and I sold that last lot and it went up a bit more, I thought, you know what, I might as well lease a bigger bit of kit, something with a bigger bucket, something that's going to be better to use, easier to use, to get the rocks I need. Now the rocks I need, because my gold production has got its water, got its methane, it needs rocks. So that's kind of my next step. But I'm also going to do something, as I said about doing something with the pallet situation. The pallet situation may stay as it is, but it's also producing wood chips, as is my wood chipper that I've got, my static stationary wood chipper over at the farm. That's got about 60,000 litres in it. I'm pretty sure my sawmill's got about 50,000 litres in it. And I was saying for a while in earlier episodes, what am I going to do with the wood chips? You know, I could just sell them. Well, we have an answer to that problem now. So I'm very happy about that. What I will do, actually probably should be round the other way. Just grab this bit of gear. And then we're going to head on down to Stuart's Bowl. I would just like to point out, for legal reasons, most of the historical facts that I've talked about so far are probably made up. They are made up. But, because I know I'll have people asking me, where did you find that out? Is that true? No. It's not. But, you know, don't want to ruin the excitement. So, we're going to lease one of these. It's not, I mean, it's cheaper than some of the wheel loaders, to be fair. I'm going to go with Michelin's, I think. Don't know why, just am. Let's lease that. Not overly expensive to lease, but then the money we'll make from our planks, the money we'll make from, you know, all the products we're doing now is okay. It doesn't matter. I can, you know, we'll recover the money for leasing things now. Pretty sharpish. What do I need? Wheel loaders, and I need a bucket. And it's a 12,500 litre bucket, which is going to make doing this a little bit easier. So let's lease that as well. This has been provided by the local Janamps company. It's a big old beastie. Oh, I know what I need to do. I think I'm thinking ahead here to save myself a trip back. I'm going to go to weights and use my old favourite, the lightweight, No lighting. Yeah, we'll go with lighting just in case we need it. I'm going to go for the maximum weight I can. Don't want shadows. Beacon, yes, small one. Decals, no. Main colour. Want to match it up, don't we? Don't look silly, do we? And then go down to here. So, telescopic colour. Oh yeah, I want to. Let's go with that. Looks a bit more industrial. We'll release that too. So, what I need to do then is, because you can put that weight on either way around, I'm not going to. Now, I've got a couple of local guys coming out to meet me, guys that work at quarries and that kind of stuff. They are explosive technicians. I'm not qualified to do it. We're going to be using, well, it's weird, isn't it? I was going to say jackhammers. In the UK, well, I don't know, maybe you do call it a jackhammer. What do you call it? I know in the US it's generally a jackhammer. I was always growing up, my dad always referred to them as Kango hammers. Now, I don't know if that's a brand name. And exactly the same thing, I think. I think maybe a Kango is a bit smaller. Actually, no, I need to do... Oh, that was the other thing. I need to do that, don't I? It's frustrating, but I probably need to do that. This, I think I'm going to need to get rid of. There's a reason behind that. So, I was talking to Jeff, and Jeff, we've been discussing the problem with coming into the game and covers, not having the option to open covers on certain things, and on tankers and various different problems along those lines. And he said he was having the same problem, he'd been in and out. I think he said it's on PC, but regardless, in the conversation, the last comment he made to me was this, the Flegel low loader he found was causing him the problem. Stopped using it, and he has had no issues since then with losing that option. Now, I don't know if that is the case or not, or whether it's just a coincidence, but I guess it would kind of make sense to try that. But I'm going to use it now because I need it just for the moment, but I'll probably swap it out and we'll get a different low loader. I mean, that was obviously just sent to me because my trailer didn't come. What I need to do is I need to open it. No, that is that. Is it that? There we go. So what I'm going to do is just open it all out. So the it's not a bulldozer. No, it's just a shovel. It's just a massive wheel loader, isn't it, really? Right. So well, that's going on. Planks come out from the middle sections. We should be good to go. Right, let's get this on, let's get it down. Yeah, so anyway, so they're going to meet me, and we're going to probably be using a selection of Kango hammers and explosives to blow our way through, and then the debris that is created, we are going to be removing. That's where we're going to get our rock from. So it's one of those, you know, chance situations. Meeting Stuart while I was up here doing another job then leads to something else happening, and think, you know what, that's perfect. It honestly couldn't have been better timing. Could not have been better timing. So what we'll do, we'll take this down. The problem is with obviously collisions, every time I swing around like that, it's going to put me like that, and I don't like it. So we'll head down with this. It's quite a heavy load, but this thing has zero problems. I haven't had any issues with it pulling anything. It's such a mounting goat. It's brilliant. I love it. In some of the things I've been doing recently, and with all the different backs as well, and trailer options and things like that, I'm so glad I upgraded the pickup. Really am. Not to say that the small pickup, it was perfect for the time and what I needed and what we got going. I still love the look of it. I think it's amazing. But this thing, wow. Full-on beast mode. So, I'll see you down there at Stuart's Bowl in just a minute. We've got a couple of bits we're going to need to do. And hopefully we can get some rock. We'll get the rock up to the goldsmithing facility, because we're going to do some goldsmithing for all the people who keep falling over nuggets. So, I mean, they could just be called nuggets, couldn't they? Is that a detrimental comment? I know when people say, "Oh, you're such a nugget." Is that? I don't know if it is. It's weird, isn't it? Again, I mean, all different people message me all the time, direct messaging on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes Instagram and all these things. You know, and I kind of just every now and again chat to people, you know, when it pops up, and it's those idiosyncrasies between countries, phrases, words, things you say that don't always occur to me. I say something, and people will message and say, "What do you mean by so and so? And what does that mean? And you know, what do you call so and so in your country?" And it's not something that dawns on me a lot of the time when I say things. Like I was going to say, you know, we're going to use Kango hammers. And I thought, actually, that's a good point. I don't know, do people refer to them as Kango hammers anywhere else? I know I've heard the phrase, the word jackhammer used quite a lot. Actually, I'm going to talk all the way there, aren't I? Oh yeah, our forestry, we've cleared quite a bit. We're doing all right. Actually, now it's probably not a bad time to have a tree update. Trees cut down, 215. What were we up to before? Can't remember. Every time I look at it, I think the number's going down. I keep thinking, I'm sure we've done more trees than that. But I think that was the previous, you know, that was pre-reset. Because I went to look as well at the hours I've got on this, and it's got to be, oh, I don't know what it's now, way over, probably 300, I would imagine. And it's not showing that because obviously I had to reset, and all the stuff I've done pre-reset isn't there. So over to my right, Stuart's Bowl. I said it was just before you get down to the gas station and southern sawmill. A naturally occurring, say, phenomenon. It was a phenomenon, would you call it that? A phenomenon. Let's do that. Do that. Whoa, okay, I wasn't very happy about that. And the trailer's moving like mad. Engine off. Let's get that off before the trailer decides to disappear. Yeah, I think before we just need to swap it out. We need to get a different low loader. So, I'm not quite sure where we need to do this. Quite an imposing... well, that's... it's not going to be in there, is it? I wonder if this is the bit here that we're going to have to kind of work our way through. I'm assuming the rocks are a bit frosty, are they? Looks like it. Frost on the rocks. Oh yeah, okay. So this is probably where we're going to have to set charges. And not me, I'm not going to go anywhere near this. And bit of jackhammer, Kango hammer work, and we'll get that cleared, I think. That's going to be the next step. Done. I probably shouldn't have been stood this close, actually. It was quite the spectacle. So, the bowl has been opened. I think we've done it. And in blasting all of that, obviously all the fragments have gone all over the place, but we have rock. This is quite cool, actually. Stuart's Bowl. So yeah, now I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know once it's cleared whether they're going to do like a recreation or they're going to put a little, not a command post. I don't know what they would have had in here actually, but I suppose when you think about it, it's a natural fortification, is it? You haven't got to build any walls. It's already here. You've just got to guard the entranceway. I suppose if you've got horse-drawn artillery and stuff, you would put that around, and you know, I suppose that would make a nice natural kind of place for tents for the men and, you know, a stabling area for horses. I don't know, whatever it might be. But anyway, all of that being said, we need some rock. That's what we're here for. We've got to clear this out. It's going to take us a while, in all honesty, but it's here. Am I going to buy one of these? No, I'm not going to. I suppose I could do. If there is quite a lot of rock here, if we did a couple of really, really big plank deliveries, I guess we could buy one of these. It's just because it's got a bigger bucket than most stuff. I don't actually. I hope this is going to work. It's going to be really embarrassing if it doesn't. Oh, okay. No, all right. I'm not quite sure. Like I say, I've gone with the weight on the back, and I'm hoping the weight will be enough, but I don't know if it will. Oh, I tell you what, that even with a 3,500 kilo weight, we're on the limit. I'm going to put this into the back of the pickup because that's got the back on it. I'm not sure how many loads I'm going to do. Probably a couple. And then I'll take that up. So then what I'll have to do off camera is a few loads. I need to sort that trailer out as well. So what we'll do is put this to the side, just to make it easier. In all honesty, I have absolutely zero idea how much rock is going to be in here. Literally zero idea. Also, what is quite fortuitous, and I say this with all sincerity, the gap here that we've just blown out, it couldn't be more perfect for this. I mean, yeah. Is this going to let me lift this, or is the back going to come off the ground? Okay. Oh, I've got to be really careful here. It's a bit wobbly. Doesn't like it too much. I assume it's going to tip into there. It is. Okay. So what I'll do, we'll stick a couple of loads in. We'll get that up there. And then I'll come back and I'm going to have to do a little bit. I'll do a little bit of this off camera, I think, because obviously it's going to take a while. I mean, it's quite a different concept than the quarry I did on Calmsden. The quarry was a quarry. This is a bit different, and I like the idea of it. I know a lot of people have been saying about, oh, why have we not got the mining mod on? We're probably not going to get it on console because of scripts and all the stuff that it requires to have the mining mod and to be able to dig the ground and that kind of thing. But there's nothing to stop it. It takes a bit of time, and using various different mods, you can set yourself up a quarry. You can do all sorts of stuff, and you can even set one up for a friend if you're doing, Ooh. I know I keep mentioning the G-Portal, and the G-Portal servers, if you're looking for one, I have got a discount code. There is a discount code there if you're looking for a multiplayer server. I'm just thinking, if one person set it all up and did that and set up a whole quarrying thing and a whole mine, you can do whatever you want. The quarry could be as deep as you like. You can put all the sides you can do with rocks. You can put like all the rocks around the outside. Then you can put all the stone in. You can do whatever you wanted to do. You could have a lime crushing thing, and you could have a whole facility built if you wanted to do mining. And we've got more of these sorts of vehicles appearing as well. I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's not farming, and it's not really. But at the end of the day, the stones situation is part of the game now, and a lot more things are using the stones because stones are now in the game. And if people want to do that, why not? Right, let's get this up there. I'll set up at the gold facility. So what I'll do is I'll put this in. I have been tipped the wink by a couple of people because I said, oh, I think it took 8,000 litres of water, 8,000 litres, kilograms, whatever it is, of methane. And then someone messaged me, actually a couple of people messaged me and said it takes 120,000 litres of stone. I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, it's going to take a while. Can this carry more? Can this hold more? Absolutely it can. For the sake of a bit of realism, I'm taking this amount. So what we'll do is we'll get this delivered, and I can get that off and running. We'll get that going. Then I'm going to spend a bit of time, like I say, I'll take some loads, backwards and forwards. Could have cut across there, don't know why I didn't. And then, the next facility. We've got another facility coming. Again, what I was saying earlier about things being fortuitous, I'm liking the fact, I don't know why, it just seems to be things are just dropping into place. It seems to be working. That while my crops are growing and I'm doing other jobs, and what the map lends itself to as well, different things are now available that are going to be able to enhance that. You know, I was scrabbling around thinking, what am I going to do with the wood chips? What am I going to do for this? I'm looking around for something, and then all of a sudden something gets put out, and you think, oh, that's perfect. That will fit this absolutely spot on. So what we'll do is we'll swing around here, back her up, and unload. Now I'm assuming, I haven't actually checked the recipe, but I do check the recipe. Let's go on to here. Our gold, yeah, 138 water, 138 methane to 1,000 rock. So it's gonna require a lot. But what I can do now, I've got some in there, I can get that going, and we'll start getting gold. How much we're going to get, how much it processes, you know, per day, and when we get our first one, then we'll take it. I'm assuming it's going to be like it was on other maps of gyms. I think the gold pallets are going to be very heavy, so transporting them is going to be interesting. While I'm doing all of this, while all this stuff is going on, my fermenter is still fermenting all the grass that's in the silo. I think there's still about 600,000 litres in there. Every time I get enough for a full load, I'm going to bring that to the biogas plant for its methane. There's also a couple of things that have come out recently that will allow me to use the potatoes and sunflower oil. I mentioned it when I did the mod review, and if you don't watch my mod reviews, just my Let's Plays, you wouldn't necessarily know, but one of the mods that came out, the packing facility, one of the buildings in the packing facility is like a food production. One of the food stuffs you can produce is crisps, potato chips, wherever you're from, and it requires potatoes and sunflower oil, and that's exactly what I'm making. So it's perfect. We can set that up. I mean, it will do other products as well, so I can start off by doing that. We get some crisps on the go, utilising what I've got on hand. So why not? I think as well, same what I was saying about, you know, doing this, doing the quarry stuff, it isn't farming. I think the thing about it is, because Giants had done production chains, and it was always going to be, once modders got hold of it, who knew where it was going to go? I mean, that's the amazing thing about it. But I think as well, your die-hard farming simulator, your absolute purists and realists, that whenever anything gets said or done, they will argue it's farming simulator. You know, there shouldn't be forestry. Why spend energy logging? You know, we shouldn't be doing quarrying. It should just be farming. I think we have to kind of get our heads around the fact now the game has evolved to the next level. Yes, it's farming simulator, and yes, for the most part, if you want to just do farming, there's tons of farming to do, but it's so much more now. You know, it takes in so many other aspects other than just farming, which is it can be a blessing and a curse. It depends how you play the game. It depends what you like. So I totally understand it when people are a bit kind of, whoa, that's not what I kind of signed up for, kind of thing. I understand that, I really do, but it really has evolved. I mean, like that, when people say it's a PC game, for me, as soon as they released it on console, it evolved. It evolved from being just a PC game to being a multi-platform game. It no longer ceased to be a PC-only game. And I know, you know, people that have very strong views about that kind of thing would disagree maybe, but the game has gone through so many evolutions, and it's changed so much from its original, you know, format and its intention, I guess. But again, like I've always said, you play the game the way you want to play it. If you're a die-hard, it's got to be farming, then you can just do the farming. You don't have to touch any of the other stuff. You can use production chains, but just the production chains that incorporate all the farming stuff you're doing. You don't have to do any of the other things, you know. I just find it interesting. I like using different gear. I think it's fascinating. Anyway, sorry. I'm digressing again, aren't I? It's Saturday. I did do a mod review yesterday. I went out with MrSealyp. We haven't been out, just the two of us, for quite some time. We went out for the evening. I mean, we sometimes go out for a meal or something like that, but we used to go out to a local pub in town. Before all the weirdness in the world, and she was travelling into London every day and coming home on the train. Sometimes on a Friday she would come back on the train but get off at a different station, meet me in town, and we'd have a Friday night out in town, and it was fantastic. We haven't done that for about 2 years, since all the first lockdowns really. And we went out last night, And then after a while, my youngest, G, and my eldest came out and they met us, and it was great. I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling a bit fragile this morning. Just a little bit. So, I know, I'm going to say it again. I haven't stopped talking, I know. I'm going to say it again. This is probably going to be a short episode, and it won't be. Of course it won't be, but I'll see you in a bit once I've got the rock delivered and we'll get our next production underway. See you in a bit. I am back at the sawmill location and oil shack. As you can see, I've set the pallets off going again, so the 2 rows that were here I put on, and the whole time I was doing the stones it was chugging away. Stones are delivered. We got stoned. Sorry. I'm going that way, and the gold's up. Oh yeah, I said I had delivered a load of wood off screen. I was up to just over 200,000 litres. Now we're down to 172 because it's chugging away again. But like I was saying, 59,000 litres of wood chips sitting there, and a load of bark mulch as well. So you know, there's stuff we can be doing with those things. But if we go back up to the top for our gold, I think I was just under 120,000 litres I delivered in the end, and it was chugging away. And oh, okay. I don't know how big the pallets are. 1,298 litres. Is it 1,000? I don't. I'm sure it'd be 1,000 for a pallet. We might have a pallet of gold sitting there. We'll have a look at that in the next episode probably. Because what I want to do now, I want to buy a. Actually, no, I can use that. I was going to say I'm going to need to buy another trailer, but I don't need to buy another trailer at the moment. I can use that. We're going to put in another facility, and I'm going to put it in here. So we're kind of following the logging, sawmill, carpentry theme. I say carpentry theme, carpentry. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to put in no drilling and banging for this one. We're just going to go for it. I'm going to put in the carpentry, 60 grand. If I was going to put in a carpentry anyway, I might as well use this one. This is the one from the packing facility. Yeah, the packing facility. So yeah, if you're going to put it down, the packing facility, why not? Because you've got all the bonus of you can still do all the stuff that they regularly do, but with additions. And the prices aren't stupid either. So we're going to put in one of these. I'm going to swing it round. And I want to put it into this gap here, if I can. Probably need to straighten up a little bit. Well, it says it's, but I can always turn it off. I'm just looking at the overhead cable. That's not touching the roof. Let's do that. 60 grand. Oh, hang on. Where's my bit at the side? Oh, no, that's all right. That's clear. Come that way a little bit. So now we have a carpentry building. The beauty with this is, if I don't want to sell those planks that are being produced, I can have the planks distributing to here, and we can do furniture. So we can do furniture if we want to, but that's not the primary focus for this, because at the moment, I'm doing quite well out of selling the planks. That's not to say that the furniture, actually, you know what? It probably would produce quite quickly, and I might get more for furniture pallets. So what I might do for a couple of cycles is divert some of the planks over to here, because we can do that. But the other thing I can do here on carpentry is we've got furniture wood, so I can bring some wood if I want to. Furniture planks, that will speed up the whole thing, so the furniture will come a lot quicker and we'll get more wood chip. But if I put wood chips in here, I can produce pellets. And we can get pallets, and we can sell those. So I've got a use for the wood chips now. So if I put that onto, oh no, I want that storing, don't I? Put that on storing, and I think what I could do, you know, I might put the north sawmill to distribute here. Then I haven't got, that's done then, isn't it? Yeah, you know what? That's a brilliant idea. Thank you, everyone. Fantastic suggestion. I will do that forthwith. I'll get that distributing. So that will distribute to there. Planks distributing. And I can do the same with the wood chips. Any wood chips that's producing. So what then should happen is the wood planks that are there already I'll bring down. That should now automatically send over to here. So then I've only got one sawmill to deal with on a daily basis rather than the north sawmill as well. As long as I keep it topped up, we should get some stuff coming in. And then what I can do, I think what I might do as well, just for, like I say, a few cycles, if I put the planks. I'll let that one roll over and do a full one, because it won't be very long. There we go, and boom. Put that onto distributing. Put the wood chips onto distributing. They should all now be coming into here. On the hour. Might be on the hour, isn't it? Oh, we've just gone past the hour. Okay, well anyway. What I can do, I mean, this is crazy. I'll load those on, I'll take those to be sold. What I am going to do, I'm going to take those to be sold, and then I'm going to use this and the wood chips I've got down at my other static wood chipper. I suppose I could put that on. Oh no, that's not showing, is it? I don't think. I'm going to go and gather those. We'll bring the wood chips up, put them in there, and I'm going to get some pellets underway. So you'll be getting a regular kind of lumber, you know, situation running up here, which is great. And when I do grain mills and things like that, I might put those out on the open ground out the front, or now I've got obviously the ground down by field 42 or 3. There's obviously down by Stuart's Bowl as well. So we've got a few different locations we could be putting some of those. I suppose what I want to try, let's just try something. Let's grab a pallet. Just worried. They should be incompatible. There should be absolutely no reason at all why these won't work. Yeah, there we go. We've got some blanks. So I can produce furniture. Which now means as well I need to do a load more logging. I need to bring another few full loads. So alright, I'm going to load the rest of this up. We'll skip ahead a little bit. I'll take the pickup with the back on it. We'll get the wood chips that we've got in storage. We'll bring those up, and I'm going to get some. I want to get some pellets underway. Is that one? I think so. Right. Just thinking, if I can deliver to the carpentry wood and planks, we'll get a lot more furniture being produced quicker. I'll put the straps on that. I can put in from the other side. Yeah, so next production underway. Gold's being produced. We'll have to go and check that as well. I'll do that. We'll do that next episode. We'll go and check the gold. Because the other thing I haven't shown you either is our sunflower oil. The first time on any of my Let's Plays since the game came out that I've done oil. I've alluded to it. I've said I wanted to do it and I hadn't done it. I've done it on here. I've got 2 pallets of oil and I've kind of not mentioned it. But you know what? Well, let's go and have a look now because it's brilliant. It's the first time I've produced oil. I haven't had oil pallets yet. I've got 2 oil pallets around the corner. We've got sunflower oil. But like I said, I've got a plan of something we can do with those as well. With our potatoes too, which means I could still put in another greenhouse, open garden, so we could put in one of those and do some more potatoes, so we can divert potatoes and sunflower oil, and we can make crisps. So we might do that as well. I honestly cannot emphasize enough in my head of all the different things I'm thinking, oh yes, and then we could do this, and then move to that, and we can do this. And you know, when I did Calmsden, I kind of got to a point I was like, okay, I'm not sure where to go next. I'm not sure what to do next. This one, I'm like, okay, I've got so many ideas rolling forward of things we can do, which is brilliant. It's where you want to be, being kind of creative and having ideas and things that pop into your head and you think, oh, I want to try this and I want to try that. And this is one of those maps that lends itself to that as well, because it's like No Man's Land, but and I keep saying No Man's Land but better. That's not what I mean. It's No Man's Land but different, you know. It lends itself very nicely to that. So anyway, yeah. And then when we bring the wood chips back, I think we may well be at the end of the episode. I'm just trying to rack my brains. Yeah, probably. I need to drink some more coffee. Okay, pallets done. I know it's that thing of, you know, everything's growing. Look, everything's going great, guns. I'm really, really happy. That we're, you know, so, oh, okay, but you're making stupid money now. The thing is, though, we haven't got to the big equipment yet. So when you say we're making big money, and I've always found this, it's like you look at it, when you start out with nothing, and like when I bought my first couple of tractors, you're trying to get the most horsepower you can for the least amount of money, and you know, because you haven't got a lot to play with, so to speak. You then hit that point, it's like, okay, if I buy a harvester and buy a decent sized one, that's 400-500 grand gone. If I buy a big tractor, that's 400 grand gone. If you know, and all of a sudden you could spend 2 million, like in the click of a finger, of your fingers. So is that I'm just looking at the top right, thinking, okay, you know, yeah, we're doing well. We're doing really well. But there's always that thing of, yeah, but once my crop's ready, I need a harvester. It does mean now that I was going to go for a small harvester, and I can go for a bigger harvester than I was intending to before, which is great. So what we need to do now, let's click on here. Wood chips will go in. Now I have got the tar disc back on this. I've got the larger back, so it will take more than a sort of standard. But that's fine. I mean, my option is, I know people go, but that, you know, it's the Unreal container. So you can take, I think it does 108,000 litres. I didn't do it with the stone because I want it to be a bit more kind of, if you put that much stone in there, the thing would collapse into the ground. Of course it would. My option is I can go and buy a large trailer, a big trailer with a large capacity of up, you know, around 100,000 litres. Of course I can, which I might still do, absolutely. But for the time being, I might as well use this. You know, I've got this on the back. I will at some point get a trailer for my my lorry, and probably with similar capacity. You know, I'm pretty sure that the TLX one, is it TLX one? The standard capacity is about 100,000 litres. Then it goes up, and you've got the Unreal one for 250,000 litres, that kind of thing. But so, you know, either way around, if I didn't use this back, I'd be using one of those trailers at this point. So, you know, I know I'm just trying to justify using it, and you know, if people are very anti it, then I'll just buy a bigger trailer for the lorry. It's, you know, we're at that point. We can do either. If I got one of the trailer backs for this as well, I could double that. But actually, you know, I might do that. I could do that too, couldn't I? So what I'm going to do is, I haven't got any being. Did I say? I don't know if I'd mentioned it or not. I got kind of so excited with what we were doing that I bought the Lizard Logistics 20-foot gooseneck trailer. I got rid of the other one. We've got this one, and this one isn't as wide, isn't as long. But as you've just seen, it will take a load of pallets, no problem at all. Whether I can get that wheel loader on it, the Janamsk wheel loader, I'm not sure. But what we'll do, we'll tip this in, and we'll get our next thing. I'm so pleased we can use the wood chips, you know. I could have just sold them, I could have found a good sell point with a really good price and just sold them. But I thought, you know what, and then this popped up, and it was like, you know, like I said, perfect storm, it just worked. So, we'll hop out. I know I can do it for my main menu, but it's easier because it jumps us straight to what we want. So wood chips coming in, I can click that on. We're now producing wood chips. Pellets are going to be on storing. There we go. We're now producing pellets. So we get some pallets will be appearing soon. And then what I'll do, hopefully on the hour, all the other stuff that I've set to distribute will come into here, and I'll get some furniture going. And what I'll probably do between now and the next episode off camera, I might do a load of lumber and bring a full load of lumber here as well, so we can get the furniture really honking away. 5 and 7, 4 and 5. Yeah, so it's well worth doing. So that's where we're at. We're looking good. I'm just thinking, do I skip ahead now so we can get one of the pallets? If you didn't watch my mod review of the packing facility, you won't have seen one of the pallets. Or do I save that for the next episode? We've got the building; it is working. I'm going to skip ahead an hour, just because I want to see. See you just after 2 o'clock. Okay, we're just past 2 o'clock. We've got 3 pallets. That was quick, of wood pellets. So our wood pellet production is now underway as well. And if we go into our menu, very happily on the hour, the planks came over, 102,000 litres of them, and wood chips 163,130 combined from all the places that are sending in wood chips. So now I've got furniture being produced as well. The wood chip storage, because the furniture process will produce wood chips as well. So it's kind of a rolling round and round and round process. So we've now got pellets being produced and furniture and gold. And wow, yeah, this is amazing. So what I'm going to do now, though, is go to this one. And I'm going to switch it over because we've got more than enough. I've just realised we've probably used a ton of our lumber now. If we go to here, 81,000 litres. I need to switch that now from distributing to storing. Oh, 13, bang, straight away. So that's all good. That's going to leave that chugging away for a while. Our 200,000 litres is now down to less than 80,000 litres. So I need to I need a load more lumber. I need to do a ton of more lumber. What time is it? So yeah, nearly 2:15. My fields are still growing. I'm hoping tomorrow, next month, when we get into March, maybe our wheat field will be ready to go, in which case we've got enough money. I'm going to obviously sell more planks. In the morning I will be maybe even later on, depends when I do the next episode, might roll over from here. We might take some of those pellets to be sold and we'll go and check on the gold situation, because if we've got gold to sell as well, we'll do that and then we can roll through our processes. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. So yeah, happy days. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're still enjoying the series. I think you can tell I am. If you are, and if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. I will say this, looking at analytics, I know YouTubers have to do that YouTubery thing every now and again. When I say about smashing that like button, on a video that gets sort of 5,000 views, it's less than 1,000 people that hit the like button. I want a video. Come on, guys, everyone out there, if you've watched this, see if we can get 2,000 likes. That'd be amazing. If we don't, we don't. But if we can, it'd be amazing. So, see you on the next one. Whatever you choose to do. Thanks for watching.